So I say bye to my group, and I go out with this random girl I just met on the train in the middle of Munich, this city I've never been to before. And we're walking around the corner of this place, and we run into like three people, all wearing what I presume to be like a common African garb, colorful patterns like zigzags and whatnot. And these two guys immediately spot me and her, and they're instantly hostile. And they start getting on me for like taking their women, and I'm having to defend myself in German, and like their German's shit and my German's shittier, and I don't even know what exactly it is I'm defending here. Like, what the fuck? It was just the fact that I was with her, and they didn't like that. And so obviously the girl I'm with, whose German is much better than mine, tries to speak up and shut these two guys down. And it's at this point that we learn that the girl in their group was the wife of one of the guys, and the second that my friend tries to speak up, she goes, "No, like, be quiet. You have to let the men talk," and she completely silences her. And now I'm like fucking absolutely dumbfounded, and I'm like, the fuck, and arguing against that, and then kind of losing track of my initial argument. And eventually, I don't even remember how, but I was just spitballing, and I kind of figured it out, and we calmed tensions, and I think they kind of just wanted to pick the fight. And so yeah, we shake that off and proceed around the corner to enter this club. And suddenly our previous interaction makes a bit more sense to me. It's an Afrobeats club, and it's fucking sick. Like, the music is great, the lights are great. There's an outdoor garden, it's gorgeous, and we meet up with our friends and we're dancing. It's a fun time. And it's the type of place I'd never find on my own. But there's one kind of constant pestering thing, and it's that the guys there are so creepy and persistent. And, I don't know how much this has to do with the culture from where they came from, because almost everyone in this room but me is an immigrant from Africa, and I end up playing this role that I've played before when I go out with my girlfriends, which is, being a buffer between them and the guys, right? And there was this one guy in particular that I had to keep going up to and tell him to back off, they're not interested, again in German, which didn't help. And he just keeps coming back and trying to grind up on this one girl in particular, and it's making her wicked uncomfortable. And she's starting to shout at him, and I'm shouting at him, and he just either doesn't give a fuck or just doesn't get it at all. And eventually I walk outside with him and confront him, and he's not hostile, it's just he's fucking clueless, he doesn't understand. And I'm trying to explain to him, just let them dance, like, please don't do this, not tonight. And it goes so deep and so long that I find myself explaining fucking consent to him, and he just doesn't understand it. And this quote of his sticks in my head still. He says, "Why would they come out if they didn't want that?" And so he kept just insisting that they want this based off of how they're dressed or some weird action that they did that he presumes mean they actually like it. And eventually I see no other way forward that doesn't include coming to physicalities. And that's like not me. So I hesitate and I say, "Look, man, I don't get it either. Like, I really don't. It doesn't make any sense to me." And he seems to recognize me in that moment as another man thinking the same thing he's thinking and is similarly perplexed. And it creates like this fucking bro bond between me and this asshole. And I say, "Look, just do me this favor, like, just for tonight, leave them alone. Like, it's my job here to protect them, and I know it's crazy, I don't get it either, I really don't. But I just need you to do me a solid." And I just totally place the blame on them. And he agrees.